Hey, this is Bill Meeks, creator of Everly Heights Tales. I hope you enjoyed our 3-part adaptation of Infantino Worlds Apart, the first Everly Heights book I put out a couple years ago. And I thought it might be interesting for you to take a look at how this story kind of developed. Infantino for me started right around the time I was writing my Dog Boy book series in 2015-2016. I was getting a little burnt out on Dog Boy, and I was like, hey, I should start up another series, because, short novella length series were doing really well on Kindle then. So I fleshed out this idea called Infantino that I kind of thought of as Quantum Leap in the multiverse. Instead of Sam Beckett leaping through time into people who existed at the same time he did, Tina Infantino, named after Carmine Infantino from DC Comics, who was a big multiverse guy, would be able to travel into alternate versions of herself, drop in on some other Tina's life, and affect change or learn a lesson about herself or whatever. So I wrote like 2 books with I think 9 adventures total, about 100,000 words for Infantino the books. They're still sitting on my hard drive. I doubt anybody will ever see them. Because I got a job, and I didn't really have a lot of time for writing, so I kind of backburnered the project. A couple years later, after I was nice and settled in the job, I reapproached Infantino and took one of my favorite novellas from the series I had written, The Empty Place Where Love Should Be, and I wrote a TV pilot based on that, while patching in a few bits from another chapter that was all about how Tina got her powers. I figured, start in media res, there's this multiverse girl and she's been found out at the dinner table, and then walk it back later to show how Tina got her powers. So after I wrote the TV pilot, we decided on our Universe Box YouTube channel, which is actually the @BillMeeksLA YouTube channel, where you can watch this video. We got together a lot of great people, including Bobby Hawke, who was a fan of ours from Greetings from Storybrooke, Rebecca Johnson, who played my co-lead on The Fakest for many years, in part because of her performance in this show, and my wife, my beloved wife, Anne Marie DeSimone, as Infantino herself, Tina Infantino. So it is a reading of a screenplay. I've tried to pare it down to work in audio as best I can. There is a video portion. And then after the main story, which is about 40 minutes, we have a nice, rich conversation with me and a few of the cast members talking about Tina, what they liked, what they didn't, because really the intention of this whole thing was to get a lot of feedback, to rewrite this pilot, to start sending it out. Never happened. But here we are. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy the original Infantino. Well, second original Infantino adventure, The Empty Place Where Love Should Be, which we did reference in the new one. Enjoy.
Infantino, written by Bill Meeks, a 1-hour pilot, The Empty Place Where Love Should Be. Teaser. Exterior, blackness. A violin concerto plays over a peaceful narration.
I'm electric.
Exterior, the multiverse. We see a cosmic cloud swirling in the vast emptiness of space.
I am the sun and the stars and the wind and the air.
As we zoom in, dozens of Earths come into focus, some very much like our own, others only slightly familiar. A steampunk Earth with pipes and cogs orbiting around it. A lush green planet without a city light to be seen. They extend out in all directions from one central Earth. The farther away from the center, the more transparent they appear.
I am the melody God strums on the strings of the universe.
We zoom in on the central Earth. The narration rises in intensity with the violin, both nearing climax.
I am pure possibility spliced together with skin.
We're tight on the central Earth. A black hole expands over Middle America. A white light engulfs the surrounding stars. We realize it's no longer a planet, but a human eye we're looking at. The pupil, a dreamy mixture of green and blue.
I am.
Interior, Stepford dining room, night. We zoom out from the eye to reveal Tina Infantino, mid-20s, She is seated at a dining room table, clothed in a full-skirted red check shirt with a wide collar like something you'd see Donna Reed wearing back in the 50s. She's got the frilly apron, too. In the window behind her sits a suburban street with cookie-cutter houses all painted the same shade of beige.
Apparently the center of attention tonight.
Angle, the other side of the table. 4 faces stare into the camera. Sitting to Tina's right is Jack Stepford, early 40s, a substitute math clashing green jacket and blue tie. He's fuming.
Are we going to keep fighting, or can we have a nice fucking meal for once?
Tina looks down at her food. She takes her apron and scoops up some mashed potatoes.
Eat?
She gobbles down the potatoes. Jack grumbles, then takes a swig from his Gettleman Milwaukee beer. The other guests resume eating, but nobody dares speak. Next to Jack is Andre De Faustino, an oily-looking man in a wrinkled flannel with a Dresden Dolls t-shirt underneath. Tina takes him in as she chews her potatoes.
The Dresden Dolls. I love the Dresden Dolls. Whatever world I'm on, at least they have good music. He's not bad, actually. Kind of cute, and found him on the beach and brought him home for supper kind of way.
Andre winks at her. She looks down, noticing a wedding ring on her finger. She looks at Jack, who shovels a fork full of meat into his mouth.
Sorry, Dresden. Looks like I already found my Prince Charming.
You think I'm an idiot?
Only when you act like one.
Jack looks intently at Tina, searching for something behind her eyes that isn't there anymore. Sitting to Tina's right is LANA KINCAID, 40s, a blonde with a short boy style cut. She's dressed in a suit jacket with a dress shirt underneath. GEORGINA DELROY, mid-20s, sits next to her, dressed in the same 50s housewife getup as Tina.
She's cut to rights, Jack. That's the one thing about wives.
She leans in and gives GEORGINA a peck on the cheek.
Sometimes they know us better than we know ourselves.
Jack wipes off his sweaty brow with the back of his sleeve.
But how well do we know them? I mean, these broads spend their whole day alone in a house we bought for them. What do you think they get up to?
GEORGINA is excited. She knows this answer.
I clean dust bunnies out from under the furniture. I've been collecting them in a big pile out in the garage for years. Sometimes I go out there and flop down in it like it's a big pile of hay.
A beat. Nobody acknowledges her statement.
Some days it feels like I'm coming home to a goddamn stranger.
Jack shovels more food into his mouth, then gestures at Andre with his fork.
Count yourself lucky that you don't have a little woman back home. Makes it goddamn impossible to concentrate.
Well, you can hardly tell. If this little lady is distracting you, maybe we could all use a little more distraction.
Jack wraps his fingers around the steak knife and leans in.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You just love to have Tina all to yourself.
Andre's eyes go to the steak knife, to Tina, and back to Jack.
Whoa, okay. Who slipped something into my old pal's gentleman's, huh? You're talking crazy, man. Look, you're freaking everybody out.
Stop pretending like I don't see you right through you, old pal.
We hear Tina's quick breaths as we cut close on her eyes.
Okay, this guy is big, like weightlifter big. Right now he's angry with Mr. Greasy over there, but if he turns it around on me, I am well and truly screwed. I've picked up dozens of skills since I started transitioning between realities.
Exterior, pirate ship, night. Tina, in full pirate garb, is dueling Blackbeard.
Swashbuckling.
Interior, office day. Tina sits at an old-fashioned desk under a flickering incandescent light bulb, scratching notes into a thick ledger.
Accounting.
Interior, church basement. Tina sits in a knitting circle with a dozen old ladies who chat while skillfully working their needles.
Knitting.
Interior, Stepford dining room, night. Jack stands. He's even taller than we thought.
Nothing in the multiverse has ever prepared me to go up against a 200-pound reject from the WWE.
Jack turns his attention to Tina. Tina takes a sip of wine. Tart.
You have got to be kidding me. Andre, really, Jack?
This doesn't concern you, dear. Why don't you go get the mincemeat pie from the chicken while the men talk this out?
Oh, but this guy burns me. I guess it's all too complicated for a simple little woman like me to understand.
GEORGINA jumps up from her seat and sweeps up the empty dishes from the table like a magician cleaning up a trick.
Here, I can help you.
LANA grabs GEORGINA's hand and pulls her back down into the seat.
You'll stay right here. I don't trust you with 1 second with this little hussy.
A hussy? If you don't count my first transition, which I don't. I've only been with 2 guys. Then again, I don't know the details of this Tina's life. She might be a total hoe bag.
I'm only being polite, dear.
Jack grabs Tina's hand, squeezes it. Tina winces as she tries to pull it back.
Honey, please, you're hurting me. I love you. You know that.
Tina turns to Georgina and Lana.
As for you, I don't even swing that way. Now can we all just calm down and have a darn slice of pie?
Jack looks down at his plate like a puppy dog ashamed of the mess his owner just found by the front door. Lana looks away too.
Ha! I think I scared her.
Closeted bitches like you don't scare me. Never have.
Close on Tina. She's confused.
Weird. It's almost like she's...
Reading your mind?
I knew there was something off here. You're not her at all, are you?
Well, shit. If they can hear me thinking, then they must know about...
The multiverse, is that what you called it? Yeah, we heard about you and your transitions.
Jack stands, wraps his hand around the back of Tina's head.
Tell you what, you get my Tina Stepford, back into this body, and we'll let you waltz off to your next goddamn adventure.
You think I can just control this? If I could just summon alternate Tinas from across the multiverse, I would have played way more pranks on my ex by now. No, if I'm going to bring your Tina back, I need my phone. I need VICCI.
Well, then you better find her then.
Jack shoves Tina out of her chair. She clips her shoulder on the table as she falls to the floor.
No, Jack, she's too important.
Andre jumps up and wraps his arms around Jack's neck, low on Tina as she scrambles back against the wall, rubbing her shoulder.
Abuse? Outdated gender roles? Mind readers fighting over me? What the freak? If everybody on this world can read minds, then why can't I? Doesn't seem fair. I've been to worlds where people have abilities before.
Exterior, downtown Chicago, day. We see the Chicago skyline across the water. The sky is filled with winged humans swinging around the Willis Tower. Tina soars through the air, beating her rainbow-striped wings and laughing at the absurdity of it all.
Bird Earth, designation universe G minor, where humans had wings and hollow bones.
Exterior, ocean, day. Tina floats in the dark blue water, eyes bulging as she struggles to swim towards the surface.
On Waterworld, designation universe F sharp diminished. I was extracting oxygen from the water with my new lungs the instant I transitioned in.
Tina takes in a deep breath of water and smiles. Interior, Stepford dining room, night. Lana is standing over Jack and Andre now, trying to separate them. Georgina scrubs the wall obsessively, trying to clean up the gravy. She smiles at Tina, still up against the wall.
So why didn't I start reading minds the second I landed at this dinner table? Why didn't I realize they knew who I was before they told me?
Lana, this is between me and Jack.
You still think she's as fun as a fine tip pen, asshole?
She told you about that, huh?
Told me about it. It's all she's been thinking about for weeks now. Do you have any idea how hard it is to hear that shit 1,000,000 times a day?
Looks like you guys have a lot to talk about, and I have a phone to find and a mission to complete. How about you help me find it? Let me do what I came here to do, and by the time your Tina gets back, you'll have it all sorted out.
Not a chance, young lady.
Don't call me young lady.
Oh, yeah, you just hate being called that, don't you, young lady?
Stop being an asshole for a second. Think about Project Olympus. Don't you get it? She's proof of Dr. Williamson's local variance theory. We have her. Forget flight, forget telekinesis. She might have the secrets of the universe.
With Jack distracted, Tina snatches his steak knife off the table and waves it around as she backs up towards the kitchen door.
Whoa, back it up. I told you, I'm just the passenger on this train. I'm not the conductor. If you want answers,
Jack lunges at her, knocking her to the ground. A flash of movement and he's on top of her, holding her wrist. Lana pries the knife from Tina's hand, then tosses it back on the table.
Let me go!
Andre, untie those drapes and bring me the cord.
You're the one we should be tying up, you jealous prick.
Just because I'm a prick doesn't mean I'm wrong. Now, you don't want to march down to Director DELROY's office and tell him we let the most important scientific discovery since the dust cloud get away. You class clown shtick has kept you employed for this long, but DELROY isn't going to laugh if you screw this up. Not one bit.
Andre considers this. It's a good point. He unties the ropes as Lana and Jack lift Tina into a chair. They tie her hands to the arms of the chair.
Okay, now. Shit. Need to pee. Well, I guess I'll have to go right here.
Lana squats down.
No. Just hurry the hell up.
Trust me, I don't want to miss a second of this.
Wait, I need to pee too.
The group ignores her. Lana exits through the kitchen door.
So I've got to hold it?
Jack and Andre stare at each other. Their expressions are changing, like they're holding a silent conversation.
Fine. Have your little conversation. Keep yourselves busy until I can find VICCI and get the hell out of here.
So what is this VICCI?
Shit! I really need to be more careful with my thoughts.
Shouldn't we wait until my wife gets back?
Shut up. Tell me about VICCI. Who is she? Where did she come from? How do we get her to bring back my wife?
Fuck off.
Fine. You don't have to.
Tina's eyes roll back in her head. We catch flashes. Transition. The multiverse. A sprawling landscape made of glass. That clown again.
Ow! What is he? Wait. These are all my transitions. It's like it's happening all over again.
Exterior. Townhouse. Day.
Wait. My parents' house? I haven't been there since the day this all started.
Super. Several months prior. Tina bursts through the front door. Her mom and dad, 50s, sit on the couch watching TV.
We broke up. I hope you two are happy.
Mom goes to respond, but Dad puts his hand on her arm and shakes his head. Tina storms through the room and climbs the stairs. Interior, Tina's bedroom. Day. Tina slams the door as she enters. Blue plastic tubs sit around the room, some filled, some empty. Tina stands in front of an Eat, Pray, Love poster. She rips it off the wall and throws it in the trash bin next to her desk. A knock. Tina leaps at the door to lock it before whoever is on the other side can get it open.
Tina, honey, please don't be mad at us. We just want you to have a full and happy life.
Then maybe you shouldn't have fucking blackmailed me into moving, mother. What rational adult threatens to not pay their kids' student loans after promising they would?
You don't just turn down a job offer right after college, especially one that's so perfect for you.
If Jim isn't there, it's not perfect.
Honey, I know it seems like the end of the world, but young love never lasts anyways. Better you to go to Houston and host a show than go to New York with Jim and have your heart broken when he starts dating one of his students.
Can you not? You don't know the first thing about love. Just because Dad couldn't keep it in his pants doesn't mean every guy is like that.
One day, I hope your daughter talks to you like that, young lady.
No worry there, mother. You just cost me the only guy I've ever considered having a kid with.
You don't mean that. You'll find somebody new. Now pack up the rest of your things. They'll be dropping the pot off in a few hours. Your brothers will be home so him and your dad can help you bring everything down. Then maybe we can go to Guston's for one last family dinner.
Whatever.
Cut 2, interior bedroom. Day. Tina is putting some books in a blue plastic tub. Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein, a few dozen dog-eared Babysitters Club books, How to Be a TV Host. She picks up a framed Rutgers diploma off her bed and peels the sale sticker off the glass, then places it in the bin and snaps the lid back on. Cut 2, interior closet. Day. Tina pulls dresses off their hangers one by one and tosses them into a tub. Tina slides her top dresser drawer open. It's full of bras and underwear. Something in the drawer vibrates. Didn't she leave that at Jim's place? Tina checks the door, then pulls back a zebra print bra. A smartphone buzzes underneath. She picks it up to examine it. Dozens of buttons glued on the back, grouped by colors bleeding from red to orange to yellow to blue to purple. She presses the home button. The screen lights up with a multicolored swirling particle. A violin mnemonic blasts from the speaker.
Welcome, new user.
VICCI, the smartphone, speaks in a nasally voice with an attitude halfway between Sarah Silverman and Christian Shaw. A cartoon face with feminine eyes appears on her screen.
Please look directly into the camera for identification.
Tina holds the phone in front of her face. A green light scans her features. The face on the screen smiles.
Thank you. I've cataloged your unique facial features and triangulated your spiritual essence.
Spiritual essence? Sounds like a bunch of New Age bullshit. How the hell do you even use it?
I'm a she, and I stopped letting people use me a long time ago, sister woman.
Wait, you can understand me?
Well, when I'm not suffocating in your old training box, sure. Zebra print? Why not leopard print instead? At least leopards are predators. Zebras are prey. Don't be anybody's prey, especially if they're already down to your bra. Want to swing me around the room so I can map out the environment?
Tina spins around the room, a shutter sound effect going off in rapid succession. A 3D model of the room appears on the screen. Tina's fingers pinch and zoom the rendering.
Neat. What should I call you?
VICCI, which stands for Vocal Interactive Companion / Concurrent Interface. I'm your fast friend, here to guide you through this world and any others we might come across on our adventures together.
Adventures? Are you sure you're mine? I just broke up with my boyfriend. I don't exactly feel like going on adventures.
Which is exactly why we should leave right now. Studies show that 64% of recently single persons get over it quicker if they remove themselves from familiar surroundings as soon as possible. Sadly, that remaining 36% almost never get over it. They become lonely ghost people wandering the streets at night, or worse. They become crazy cat ladies who eventually get eaten in their sleep.
Me? A cat lady? But I'm freewheeling, fun-loving Tina from New Brunswick. There's no way I'll ever become a cat lady.
That's what every potential cat lady says.
Tina drops the phone, throwing her hands up around her ears.
You're in my head. How the hell are you doing that?
Binaural Bluetooth. It allows me to speak to you telepathically in case of capture, arrest, or if you need to rest your voice after a hard night of belting out me and Bobby McGee at karaoke.
Well, you shouldn't invade someone's head without asking. I don't know what you know about humans, but we like to have a little privacy.
Then why do humans tweet so much?
So adventures, huh? What kind of adventures? Where do you come from anyway?
So many questions. What about my privacy, huh? Look, where I come from isn't important. I was built in a city just like every other city you've ever seen, really. As for adventures, where do you want to go?
Like, could we go to Maui?
Think bigger. What if I told you the possibilities were infinite? Any world you can imagine is right out that window, just waiting for us to explore.
There's nothing out there. What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, stick with me for a minute. So there's you, right? Tina Infantino. You're the result of thousands of decisions you've made, or that your parents made, or that your parents' parents made. But what if they'd chosen differently? You'd be a totally different person with different hopes and dreams and genitals. On this world, nobody made those decisions, but with those decisions presented themselves, they created other possibilities. Each of those possibilities created a whole new reality where, in this example, you're totally a dude.
Not sure I'm following.
Maybe I'm confusing the issue. Pretend you've come to 2 doors. This is a decision point. You have 3 choices here. Go through door A, go through door B, where a bear is waiting to eat you. Or you could screw off and avoid the doors entirely.
The female stick figure flips the doors off, then exits stage right.
So you make your choice to avoid both doors. But another world exists where you made the eaten by a bear decision. What if I told you we could travel to that world?
But why would I want to do that?
Well, you wouldn't, but we could. There are an infinite number of worlds out there, created by different decision points. On some, the dinosaurs never died.
On the screen, a billboard. Paul Walker is Pinocchio.
On others, maybe the only difference is there was only one Fast and the Furious movie instead of 17 or whatever.
Wait, is this like those multiverse thing from comic books my ex-boyfriend was always talking about?
Yes, exactly. I want to take you on the tour of the multiverse. No cost to you, no credit card required. A limited time offer. Act now.
Is this a joke? Who the hell put you in my drawer? Where the hell do you come from?
Stop that. I'm here to help you. It's no joke. Would you care for a practical demonstration? I'll just need you to accept the terms of service.
A modal window appears on screen. There's a wall of text to scroll through, but Tina hits the accept button without reading a word. Exterior, the multiverse. A tunnel of rainbow-colored light streaks across Tina's face. Dimensions stretch, distort, until she pops into exterior Times Square day. Tina stands in a pile of rubble, wearing black leather armor with dirt smudged across her face. The sky is red. Black smoke hangs over the city like a storm cloud. The buildings are crumbling. A dog barks in the distance. Tina goes to ask VICCI a question, but realizes her hand is empty.
What the hell?
Over here.
Tina picks her up and wipes off the screen. The green light washes over Tina's face.
Where are we?
This is a dystopian world. Those are popular with the kids these days, right?
A large shadow moves across the ground. A giant ship hovers in the air above Tina. Its shiny silver surface a stark contrast to the gritty remains of New York City on the ground.
What's that?
On the screen, a schematic of the ship appears with helpful text labels pointing out the laser cannons, shield arrays, and meat-bone separating station.
Oh, that? Nothing. Just a warship left by the Martians after the Great War. Trivia. It's designed to kill any humans it finds on sight.
Humans like me?
Exactly.
Well, then maybe you should get me out of here before...
A red sphere mounted on the ship's underside glows. The laser cannon activates. A laser beam hits Tina's leg. She falls. Her head bounces off the pavement. Fade to black. Interior, Tina's bedroom, day. The light through the blinds hits Tina's eyes. As she sits up, checks her leg. It's fine. She finds VICCI laying next to her on the floor. She picks up the phone and gets the green light scan.
Where did the armor go? I kind of liked it.
On the screen, a picture of Tina in the armor. Well, not exactly our Tina. This one has that 1,000-yard stare you see on soldiers after they come back to the States. She has an open wound on her leg where the laser hit her.
It's still on that world's Tina. Or what's left of her.
You mean she's...
Dead? Yep. Cooked crispy style. Don't blame yourself. It was bound to happen anyway. She was the last girl on Earth. Only a matter of time, really.
Tina stands and starts pacing around the room as she attempts to wrap her mind around what's just happened.
So wait, if I was in her clothes, does that mean I was in her body too? Is that why my leg isn't burned?
Not in her body, but you're on the right track. When you travel to another world, you become that world's Tina.
Then what happens to that world's Tina?
We move her spiritual essence to a secure location. Let's call that home base. She waits there safe and sound until you transition to the next world.
And who decides when I transition or what world I go to next?
My boss. The same person who designed me to help you. But don't you worry about that. They only want to make sure you're happy. Now then, are you ready to go? We've got a whole multiverse to explore.
Tina, honey, are you almost done packing? Your pod is here.
Give me a minute.
Well, what's it going to be? Moving out with mom and dad or adventures in the multiverse with moi? You've already accepted the TOS, so it's not like you'll get a refund anyway. Come on, give the world a whirl.
Childhood or adulthood? Moving on or moving out? Houston or the universe? The familiar or the fantastic? When I think about it, when I let myself consider the pure possibility, there's only one answer.
Tina taps yes on the screen.
I wonder what sort of world I'm going to first.
Transition. Flashes of all the worlds we've seen. Bird Earth, pirates, that damn clown again. Interior, Stepford dining room, night. Tina yanks her head back out of Jack's hands.
Stop! You don't want to see that part.
Andre, leaning against the wall, perks up.
Why? What happened there?
Nothing worth repeating.
You need some hand towels in your bathroom, Jack? What'd I miss?
Me, I hope.
She runs up to Lana and tries to kiss her, but Lana isn't having it. Too much to do.
Not now, honey. Did you find anything?
She wasn't lying. Based on the memories I extracted, her phone controls it.
Tina struggles against her bonds.
Exactly. I'm the passenger, not the conductor. Hell, as far as I know, my phone isn't even the conductor. Guess that would make her the wheels, the tracks, the train?
If she can get you the heck out of here and bring back my Tina, I don't care if she's the goddamn whistle.
Jack, we have a responsibility to bring this to DELROY before we do anything.
After we get my wife back, DELROY can dissect her for all I care.
Why do we have her tied down anyway? It's not like she's going to hurt us, right, darling? Why, I have a feeling if we let you breathe a little, you might even help us here.
Sure, of course. You're going to need my help anyway. I'm the only one who can log into VICCI.
You get one shot.
Andre unties Tina's hands. She rubs her red wrist.
Okay, it's magic time.
A soft tone comes from the china cabinet across the room. Tina runs over and pulls VICCI from the drawer.
VICCI, I need a good friend right now.
A few seconds pass. VICCI's screen springs to life. Her animated face appears.
Understood, Tina. Which scan would you like to use today?
Fingerprint scan, please.
Please present finger for print scan.
Lana grabs Tina's index finger, then holds it in front of the screen. A green light scans it.
Identity confirmed. Welcome, Tina. The OS is currently down for maintenance. Please enjoy this electropop fission playlist while you wait.
Some weird Philip Glass sounding music plays from Vicky's speakers while streaks of rainbow-colored light dance to the rhythm on our screen. Jack rolls his eyes and snatches the phone from Lana's hands.
Vicky, return Tina Stepford to this dimension immediately.
Error. Unrecognized voice.
Good girl, Vicky. You don't want these psychos screwing with your settings.
If you don't bring my Tina back right fucking now, I'm going to take care of this fake one myself.
She's upgrading the OS. She literally can't do anything until it's done.
Jack, calm down.
The room is silent for a moment. The remaining members of the group look confused. Tina leans down to examine a lavender vase in the corner.
This is nice. Where'd you get it?
How would we know?
Right. Gotcha.
Well, if we can't get Jack's Tina back, you'll need somewhere to stay. Would you be interested in renting a condo? I can probably get you a good deal.
I'm really not.
Not now, honey.
But Stephen was just saying the other day how friends and family are a completely untapped market in the real estate business.
What a piece of shit.
He slams Vicky down on the table. He pulls the other hand from behind him to reveal a small pistol, about the size of a pack of playing cards. He points it at Vicky's screen.
No, Jack. If you destroy that phone, you might never see your wife again.
Maybe it's for the best. I was going to use this gun on her. And Andre. Tonight. Maybe if I put a bullet in this phone, we don't need to worry about it. Maybe I start over with a brand new Tina. A redo. A reboot. A whole new chance at happiness. And what do you know? All I gotta do is pull this trigger.
Oh, no. Are you serious? You think I just, take your wife's place permanently? Your actual wife thinks about another guy once and you're ready to kill her? You're a total psycho, dude. No thanks.
Let's see what you say when you run out of options.
Jack pulls the trigger. Bang! The bullet shatters the screen. Glass sprays everywhere.
Oh, dear!
Georgina's arm is bleeding. A chunk of glass from the screen lodged inside it. Smoke pours out of Vicky as she catches fire. The battery pack got punctured. The fire spreads to the tablecloth. The sound of glass shattering. Jack slumps on the table. Chunks of glass from the lavender vase strewn all around him. Andre jumps for the gun, tearing it from Jack's hand as he comes to.
Sorry about your phone.
Andre levels the gun at Jack as he lifts up his head.
Okay, Jackie boy, now settle down, lay back, and try not to bleed all over the floor. I think it's time we had a little chat.
Tina is seated in the chair, afraid to move while there's a gun in play. She eyes the burning remains of Vicky on the dining room table, picks up a water glass, and pours it on the flames. A sputter, a spark. The fire is out, and Vicky is dead. Jack is leaning back against the china cabinet. Blood pours from his temple. He's doing his best to catch it with his hand so it doesn't ruin the white carpeting he just finished paying off last month.
You should probably put some pressure on that. He's an asshole, but I don't think anyone wants to see him bleed out on the floor.
Good point. It'd kill me if he died. You don't know this, but me and Jackie boy here go way back. Current situation aside, I love the dude.
You have a weird way of showing it. Current situation front and center. Can you please move your arm? I don't know what you and his wife have cooking, but trust me when I tell you this Tina thinks you're a total creep.
Well, you aren't wrong. Most girls think I'm a little creepy until they get to know me. Take Tina Stepford.
You don't speak her name, you lousy son of a bitch.
Please, Jack, if you cared so much about her, you should have started defending her years ago. Maybe if you spent a little less time at Project Olympus, you wouldn't have been so turned on by my little suggestion.
That's it. I'm going to rip your goddamn head off.
Jackie boy, we're pals and all, but I'm more than willing to put a bullet or two in you if I have to.
Jack leans back against the china cabinet. He doesn't have as much fight in him as he thought he did.
Fine. You want to talk? Talk. Why don't you start with how long you've been wanting to sleep with my wife?
While her counterpart over there is quite the cutie, your Tina isn't really my type. It was, what can I say? It was more about you than her.
Didn't I tell you he was gay?
What? No. Thanks, though. I'll take that as a compliment coming from you. But it's not like that at all.
Ooh, this is getting juicy. Well then, what is it like?
You know how we used to stay up late back in college? How you used to tell me those stories about the war and how the only way we'd avoid another one was to make sure we had an advantage. Stirring stuff, my friend. And you were right, as far as I could tell. When you dropped the ladder behind you on this Project Olympus thing, I thought we were about to change the world together. This guy, you'd never know it to look at him, but he was a giant pimp back then. He'd bring a different girl out to Bailey's every Friday night for Beat the Clock. Hell, half the time he'd leave with someone else and I'd end up with the first girl. Work was good, life was good, we were good. Until that cloud showed up over Kansas and changed the world before we got the chance.
Cloud? What cloud?
I guess you wouldn't know about that, huh?
Exterior, Kansas field, night. The sky is filled with stars. The grass waves lazily in the wind. A teenage boy and teenage girl are making out in a small clearing under a tree. A flash. The tree is gone. So are the young lovers. A meteor smolders in the crater it created.
There was a meteor shower one night years ago.
Angle on the landscape. Meteors streak through the sky. Interior, farmhouse, day. Edna, 70s, needs some dough on her cutting board. An orange cat sleeps on the windowsill.
You'd never believe it if you weren't here for it.
The orange cat sits up and speaks. May I trouble you for a dish of water, Edna?
For a dish of water, Edna? Sun has made me mighty thirsty.
Edna jumps back, terrified. She slips and falls out of frame. Interior, Stepford dining room, night.
All the farm animals started talking to the farmers. When we examined them at the project, we realized they weren't talking to us, they were thinking at us. After that discovery, we thought, well, what if we reversed it? What if we could pull thoughts from people's heads like these animals were pushing them into ours? What country would dare start World War IV if the Americans could read their minds? Not a one. With time and experimentation, Jack came up with a way to give the whole country the power to read minds overnight.
Jeez, how many marriages ended that day?
Oh, thousands. Mine for starters.
But aren't you two still married?
You bet your ass we are. Georgina was married to director DELROY once upon a time. I'd catch little glances from her when she'd come in to see him, but it was all pretty innocent. After tea day, I could hear what she was really thinking about me. I made my move and they were divorced within a week.
Just as well. Turns out he was sleeping with my friend Sheila. He never supported me anyway. He never thought I was smart enough to become a realtor.
Lana flashes a terse smile, like she has her own unspoken doubts about her wife's abilities.
My baby can do anything she sets her mind to.
Like screwing over Tim DELROY?
Look, we're getting distracted. The important thing is that after all that went down, Jack stopped being, well, Jack. First, you wouldn't leave the lab. Not even for Saturday nights at Bailey's, man. Then they sent you to that big party up in D.C. and you met Tina. You guys were married within a couple months, right? After that, well, let's just say you stopped treating me like your friend and more like your little bitch boy.
Pathetic. You want to sleep with my wife because... Why? Because you weren't getting the tail, as much tail as you would be as my wingman anymore?
Dude, I left my whole life behind to come here with you, man. To be a part of something. I haven't seen my parents in fucking years. We were supposed to do this together. Then we stumble across something huge and it's screw off, Andre. I'm getting my wife and mortgage and house in the suburbs.
How much do you pay here anyways? I bet we could help you refinance.
None of your damn business.
Never a bad time to make a sale, right? So, Andre, if I've got this straight, you never liked Tina Stepford at all?
No. I figured if I could get Jack thinking she liked me, maybe he'd, I don't know, leave her or something. Or at least he'd remember who his real friends are.
Seriously? Are you 12?
Bright light shines through the dining room window.
Jack, we know you're in there. Please, we can talk. We want everybody to walk out of there.
Is that DELROY? What's he doing here?
With Andre distracted, Jack leaps forward and grabs his gun. He takes a step back and points the firearm at his former friend.
Good question. As far as I remember, there's only one of us who could have called him.
Think about what you're doing. We're still friends, right?
Don't give me that bullshit.
Bang! Lana grabs her stomach, but there's no blood coming out. Her leg, where the bullet hit, gives out from under her. She hits the floor. Georgina leans down beside her.
No, honey. No.
You've done it now, Jack. There's no coming back from this one. I only called DELROY because I didn't want you doing anything stupid. Then you go and shoot me and screw it all up.
You're a goddamn counselor, Lana. Why the hell does this girl matter to you?
Imagine what Tina could teach us about identity. She's lived dozens of lives. That has to change a person.
She's right there. I haven't been transitioning long, but it's already getting hard to separate the me I am from the me I'm in.
See? She has a whole new school of psychotherapy floating around in that head.
Crap! It's so frustrating not being able to think anything without these freaks listening in. Maybe if I sing a little jingle or something, it'll keep my mind from wandering. If you need a car, don't have to go far. At 4th and Bar, Lucero Auto, drive like a star.
Well, sorry about my goddamn life is falling apart. And look, you can't even keep your own wife under control. Aren't you reading her mind? All she can think about is screwing this imposter.
See, that's where you and I are different. I don't have to read my wife's mind and know that I can trust her. If she falls for somebody else, there's nothing I can do to change it. Maybe if you put a little more faith in your Tina, she'd have a little more faith in you.
Blue and red lights flash in the window.
Put the gun down, Jack, or we're going to send people in there to stop you.
Enough of this bullshit! Come on, you're going to help me find my wife so we can settle some things.
He grabs Tina's arm and pulls her towards the kitchen door.
Stop this, Jack. I don't give a shit about your wife. I just want my friend back.
Her thoughts about you were plenty real. Now everybody down in their bellies, or I'm shooting a lot of you.
Fine. Just don't hurt her, okay? She has nothing to do with this.
I can't. My arm. It hurts too much to.
Come on, I'll help you.
Exterior, patio, night. Jack shoves Tina out through the open sliding glass door onto a sparsely lit patio with folding lawn furniture and a grill. The red and blue lights from out front light their way past the pool and the fire pit. Jack grabs Tina's arm and leads her through the ankle-high grass between the two fences.
Where are we going anyway?
There's only one reason my Tina isn't here right now, and it's because you are. I figure if I get rid of you, she'll come back.
And how do you plan on doing that? Like it or not, I'm stuck until VICCI pulls me out.
Well, then I guess I'll have to find a way to unstick you.
Jack's crazed eyes are the last thing we see as he swings the door shut. The minivan drives down a lonesome highway. The sand glows blue in the moonlight, butting up against the horizon.
We're led to believe everybody agrees with mind reading, yet everybody's scared to death of it. Look here, listeners. I say what I mean. You don't need to read my mind to know what's going on in there. So why does the Secret Service need to read my mind if I go see the president speak? This administration's anti-privacy agenda is a threat to democracy.
Good to see you're awake. I stopped a few miles back to get some coffee and snacks. Eat up. We still got about 2 hours to go.
Where are you taking me?
It's classified.
Jack turns the radio back up. Tina gobbles down some potato chips as the DJ speaks.
I have some news for you liberals. If you don't have a problem with President Kerry trampling over our rights just because a Democrat, then I don't want to hear you complain when our next president, who will be a Republican, I assure you. You can't complain when the next president decides your feminazi college group needs their thoughts monitored too.
What a blowhard. I guess no matter what world you're on, there will be guys like this trying to divide people. Can't say I'm surprised Jack listens to something like this. Government worker micromanaging his marriage? Yeah, he seems the type.
Judgmental much? Guess you want that different from my Tina after all. This jackass is all I can pick up out here.
Crap. Keep forgetting you can read my mind. I blame the lack of coffee. Don't have to go far at 4th and Bar, Lucero Auto.
Quit with that damn jingle.
How about you let me alone with my thoughts for like 2 freaking seconds and maybe I'll stop with the damn jingle.
You got some guts, I'll give you that. I'm not going to stop reading your mind, but it's admirable. Then again, I'd imagine traveling across all those worlds takes a lot of guts.
You have no idea. So, why doesn't your wife love you anymore?
The question catches Jack by surprise. He jerks the steering wheel, almost losing control of the van. Once he recovers, Tina continues.
Seems like she thinks your friend is pretty sexy. You had to see that coming.
I don't know. I was starting to think things were coming together, you know? When things picked up with the project, she was really supportive. She'd have dinner hot and ready whenever I got home. 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., it didn't matter. Then one day, I didn't make it home. President Carey was coming in for some meetings, and we had to get ready. She said she understood, and I thought she did. Then the drifting started.
Drifting?
You know, like a log in a river. She was always out there on the water, but headed someplace, I tried to speak into her head, get a sense of what she was acting and how, but she would just be thinking about some stupid thing she'd seen on the television that day.
Did you ever ask her what was wrong?
Sure, 1 billion times. She'd just smile and say it was nothing, then go back to what she was doing. After a while, I just stopped asking. Why bother, right? Honestly, when I caught on about her and Andre, it was a relief. At least I knew she was feeling something.
Maybe you could have let her do her own thing for a while. Figure herself out. My mom and dad had to do that.
I don't know why I'm talking to you about this anyway. You might look like Tina, but you sure as hell ain't her.
Maybe it's because you realize you should have talked to her when you had the chance.
Get your damn hand off me. Who the hell are you to say that? You don't know me or her or anyone.
Yeah, but I've gotten pretty good at reading strange situations.
Just go back to sleep.
I wish there was some way to outsmart this guy, but he's not going to stop reading my mind long enough for me to figure something out. I feel a little sorry for him. As somebody who's been through a world-ending breakup, I understand where he's at. When Jim and I broke up, I probably would have shot 20 people to fix it. Luckily, I met VICCI before I did anything too nutty. Some people might say Jack's a typical man taken to violence and anger, but are we really so different? If one of my friends had set her sights on Jim and Jim reciprocated, wouldn't I claw both of their eyes out? Jack might be angry, he might be violent, but he isn't the only those feelings. He's also in love, and he sees that love slipping away. Heartbreak is universal across all realities. It always sucks.
Sure does.
Tina notes the distraction. Time to act before he starts reading her thoughts too closely.
Don't you even think about...
Tina grabs the wheel, turning it sharply to the right. The minivan's tires squeal as it careens off the road, hitting a ditch, which sends it into a flip. Jack's body slams around the cabin. The coffee cup hits the ceiling. The van's last flip leaves it upside down, tires spinning in the air. Tina wakes up, still buckled in her seat, her dress stained with coffee. Jack lies in a ball on the van's ceiling, head bleeding from the wounds old and new.
That's what you get for not wearing your seatbelt, asshole.
She unlatches her belt and holds onto the door as she lowers herself down.
Shit, I've got to get out of here before...
A coyote howls in the distance.
Where's that gun, jackass?
She reaches down and pats Jack's jacket. Nothing.
Looks like I'm stuck with you until morning. God, it feels nice to think honest thoughts again. The past few hours have felt absolutely fucking suffocating. Sometimes thoughts cross your mind you'll never act on, like, what if I jump off this bridge? Or, I wonder if anybody would miss that homeless guy if I killed him and hid the body. Little stupid thoughts that everybody has. They come from nowhere. They mean nothing. They're like graffiti on the wall as you're walking down the street. But we'd all be mortified if anybody heard them. Imagine having to lock that all down. It's no way to live. But as soon as he wakes up, I'll need to be ready to do it again. How do you outsmart a telepath? He'll be able to tell if I'm lying, even to myself. I need to find a way to bring out the real emotion underneath the lie.
Interior, theater, day. Tina stands on a bare stage with a script in her hand. J.R.REILLY, 40s, her director, scratches some notes on a yellow legal pad. His sweater vest bunches up around his baby bump of a midsection, his glasses hanging off the tip of his nose.
No. I don't believe for 1 second you're a family prince. You say you're in love with Mog Edwards, but I only hear meek little Tina Infantino pretending at passion.
Look, I have the lines, but the stuff is so dry. I am a draper mad with love. Who talks like that?
This is Thomas, my dear. There is more passion in one punctuation mark than some people feel in a lifetime. It's all there between the lines, but you'll never see it if you can't make it real to you. Have you ever loved somebody?
Well, I love Jim.
No. I'm not talking about some simple schoolgirl crush fueled by alcohol and sleep deprivation. Real love. Burning love. Love that won't let you stop thinking about it.
It's Jim. I love Jim like that.
Fine. If it's Jim, then how would you feel if he was always just out of reach? If, despite all this passion, you could never touch him, never see him, what if somebody ripped him away from you?
I don't know what I'd do.
There's Mima Fanway. Now say the lines, quickly, before you lose it.
I will knit you a wallet of forget-me-not blue for the money to be comfy. I will warm your heart by the fire so that you can slip it in under your vest. Then the shop is closed. Yes, Mog. Yes, Mog. Yes, yes, yes.
See? You take something from your own life, apply it to these dry words, and find the real emotion underneath. That's all acting is, my dear. Convincing yourself that you could be somebody else, even for a moment.
Interior, van, night. Jack rolls over. He's still asleep, but coughing up something that might be blood or might be dinner. It's hard to tell.
My name is Tina Stepford. My name is Tina Stepford. I'm a housewife in the suburbs. I live to make my husband happy.
Interior, kitchen, day. Young Tina, 13, sits at a table eating a sandwich while mom and dad yell at each other in the background. We can't hear the words, just white noise. Interior, van, night. Tina rips off her apron and cleans her face. She leans down and brushes Jack's hair out of his eyes.
My name is Tina Stepford, and my husband has been such a jerk lately. I really can't be bothered to care anymore. Sometimes it seems like his work is more important to him than I am. I want to redecorate the living room. I want you to look at me like Andre did. I want to feel a spark when you kiss me, Jack. I want our first date every night forever. Is that so much to ask?
Tina? Tina, is that you?
Oh, Jack. Oh, dear, don't move. You'll only hurt yourself more.
What happened? I was driving.
Jack looks up at Tina as if he's seen a ghost.
You grabbed the wheel. You better start running, you stupid bitch, or I'm going to...
Now stop that right now, mister, or I'm going to rip this darn thing off.
Wait,
Jack looks into Tina's eyes. He sees something there that was there before, then wasn't, but came back just now.
It's you.
Of course it is, you big jerk. Careful now, slowly. Can you feel this?
She pinches his leg.
Christ, that stings.
Good, then you aren't paralyzed.
Could have taken it a little slower.
What happened? Why were we driving out here? Where are we?
So, you don't remember anything?
I remember dinner. We were eating dinner, then nothing. What happened? Where's Andre?
Andre, huh? Of course you're worried about him.
Jack Nicholas Stepford. Have you been reading my mind? How dare you violate me like that?
Don't turn this around on me. You're the one who kept pretending that he was kissing your neck.
Well, maybe if you'd kiss my neck every now and then, I wouldn't have to imagine somebody else doing it.
Close on Tina. Something glitches inside her. Exterior, Aubrey Park, night. A younger, happier Tina and Jack fall back on a blanket, clothing askew. They bask in the afterglow and stare at the moon. Exterior, desert, night. Tina looks shocked. That wasn't her memory, but it felt so real.
That was a good night, huh?
There you go, reading my mind again.
I just had to be sure of something.
You look like an idiot.
Yep. What's wrong here? What happened to us?
I love you a lot. Please know that. I knew when my mind started wandering, those weren't thoughts a married woman should be having. You have to understand, I didn't think you even gave a crap anymore.
All you had to do was look up there if you haven't had any doubt of that.
But you're my husband. I shouldn't have to read your mind to know you love me. I should just know, you know? Maybe if you didn't spend so much time on that damn project, it would be a little more obvious.
The project? Tina, everything I do there, everything I do is for you, for us. How do you think we can pay for our house, the pool, the new granite countertops that you love so much?
I do love those. But what good is it if you're never there to enjoy it with me? I didn't marry you to land on the cover of Home and Garden magazine. I married you because you made me all warm and fuzzy inside. We could live in a damn van for all I care. I just need you in my life again.
You really don't care about it? The house or any of it?
It's nice, but I'd rather have you.
Maybe we could just pitch a tent out here. Reunite with nature.
Tina looks up at him with a twinkle in her eye.
Make love in the moonlight?
Just like our first date.
They move close. A kiss. Electricity sparks between them. It's passionate. They're lost in each other until lights, wind, sand, the sound of helicopter blades.
What's that?
Project Olympus. Shit. DELROY found me somehow.
What do we do?
They want me. You'll be safe if you stay here. Do whatever they say.
No, I love you. We were only now.
Then be here when I get back.
No. We can run. We can.
They'll always find us.
Jack kisses her one final time, then pushes her away. He continues towards the road.
If you'd have told me a few hours ago I'd be blubbering over this blockhead, I'd have laughed in your face. But as he leaves, I can feel my heart breaking. Maybe it isn't my heart. It's Tina Stepford's. That little piece of her that still loves him. It's part of me somehow.
A vibration. Rainbow light shines through the pocket on Tina's apron.
VICCI, oh, thank God.
Listen, you need to be more careful. I'm an advanced electronic device. If home base has to repair me one more time, they're going to start charging you. Good call engaging the auto lock back there. You could have stopped him before he shorted out my battery, though. Boy, did that sting. So, are you ready to begin this mission?
Tina looks out towards the convoy. The Humvees stop. Jack falls to his knees as armed security closes in.
I think the mission's over.
Are you crying? What did I miss? Must be juicy. Perhaps I should consult this world's FAQ.
Don't bother. It's a sick, sad world anyway. In fact, don't take me to another world like this for a while. I don't think my heart can take it. My mind either.
Jeez, save it from his lonely hearts. So you ready to move on then?
No, but we do need to leave. And VICCI?
Yes?
Make the next world somewhere awesome. I'm tired of all this emo crap.
On the screen, Earths swirl across the display.
You got it. Trust me, sister. This next world is going to make you feel like a kid again. Guaranteed. Prepare for infinity.
A rainbow aura surrounds Tina's body. The desert melts around them. Tina floats in a sea of nothing. A white dot appears on the horizon. Her body flies towards it as the aura glows brighter and brighter.
See that little white dot? It is me. I am it. I'm electric. I am the sun and the stars and the wind and the air. I am the melody God strums on the strings of the universe. I am pure possibility spliced together with skin. I am infinite Tina.
Tina disappears in the distance.
And I am in transition.
Fade out. The end.
And now, as promised, the full after show with the cast.
And welcome back. We're back for the post Infinite Tina table read discussion. We don't have all of our cast members with us, but we do have Joel and Rebecca, VICCI and Jack, respectively. How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Excellent.
Good.
Long time no speak. It's been about 5 minutes. So before I say anything, how did all the three of you? Oh, and we also have Tina.
Yeah, hi, I'm
Anne Marie.
Tina.
People expect Anne Marie here. How do you guys think it went? I thought it went well.
I thought it went really good.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of table reads. It's been a long time since I did one, but it went great. It's hard because there's a lag always, but it was pretty well. It worked pretty well.
Yeah, I was a little worried about how responsive people were going to be because of the lag and the fact we're doing it over live stream. I mean, live stream's fine for podcasting,
right?
But doing like live reading and theater and stuff like that, it's like how's it going to go? But I thought people did well for the most part. There were a couple little gaps here and there.
Yeah, there's going to be gaps. It's,
some of them were my fault.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Well, you do that thing too. I did it a couple times where you're confident and want to deliver a line, and in doing so, you change it.
Yes.
You guys isn't, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem with, you have a lag and you wonder, is it because somebody missed their cue or is it the lag?
Right.
But thankfully, there wasn't a lot of lag, so you're like, oh, somebody's got to look at the script really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something you guys did really well with, though, because in kind of like my pre-table read, because this is our first time doing something like this, I kind of sent out a pre-communication of like some, just some things I wanted to focus on getting right with it, and one of them was keep that train a-chugging, and you guys did, even if you stumble over a word, if somebody which, by the way, I forgot to thank her in the actual broadcast, but Monica, who was playing Lana originally, whose connection dropped halfway through, we were able to keep it rolling with that because Rebecca was prepared to step in there because she was going to, because we thought Monica wasn't going to make it.
There was lots of the confusion, but that's the way. That's that's theater.
Yeah, I think that's actually the only time we had. There was that.
Well, that and the cat thing.
That and the cat thing were the only times we broke
stuttered.
The train kind of like. Yeah. But no, I thought it was really good.
It was a lot better. The other day, me and Bill read the entire thing with me doing all the women, and he did everything else, and VICCI.
Yeah.
And it's so much nicer to have, a back and forth, for more than one person, because, there's the scenes where I'm talking to Jack and Andre and everybody, and, not having to talk to myself or having to hear you be multiple people.
Mm-hmm. Having to constantly switch emotions,
right, and figure out who you're being, and it makes it a lot easier when we get a group together to do it.
Yeah, definitely. So. Did you guys hear anything different in the story or see parts of the story in a different light, having it doing like the live reading with a full cast and everything?
Well, I hear characters' heads, voices in my head as I read them, and there's a difference between Tina when she's in the story compared to when she's like in her house arguing with her mom, like a teenage version of her. But and then hearing Anne Marie's take on it, they put new light to it. How old was that character supposed to be? Did they say?
20s.
Yeah, as in like the modern setting of the story, she's in her 20s. So, and I mean, she's only been doing this whole transitioning thing for a few months. She's been on maybe 8 or a dozen adventures, something like that. Not too many. She's still pretty new to it, but not a complete newbie.
I like the Deadpool style flashback. Like, we're gonna go back to what you learned and how you learned how to do it halfway through the story. That way, you're focused on what she's doing at the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, and we have Andre joining us. Bobby, how you doing, man?
Hey.
Hello, Bobbert.
Hey, I'll go ahead and throw it to you. We were just talking with Joel about this. Did you view the story any differently or hear anything different in the story, doing it with the full cast and everything? By the way, you did a great job on Andre. And everyone did a great job. Great job. Accolades all around.
Thank you, of course. And but I guess the first I read it maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's, I mean, by the nature of the story, it can be a bit confusing.
Yeah.
And I still, there are spots like maybe like in the read through, there were a few times where it was hard to kind of keep, to understand what was going on without any kind of like audio or visual cues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's one of the harder parts with all Tina's like crazy voiceovers, and there's all sorts of quick flashes, which is hard. It's awkward to hear the description of the quick flashes.
But if it was in the show, it would be like just a few seconds.
Right, and you can kind of see it. Mm-hmm. You can kind of tell where they go and how they work. It's awkward to just read or hear.
Are there any parts that kind of stuck out to you, Bobby, as being difficult in the read?
Okay, I'm sorry. The part at the end with Jack and Tina, where Tina kind of like slips into that world's Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I know this doesn't take place in the story itself, but kind of confused as to what would happen to that Tina once the other Tina left.
Like what would happen to the original Tina when?
Well, it's It's stated in the thing that when the original Tina leaves, or I guess whatever you're calling original Tina. The whole
Well, let's call the Tina Infantino we're introduced to on page 1 Tina Prime.
Okay, there we go. And then Jack's Tina would have been like in a whole, in stasis or wherever, a la Quantum Leap.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when Tina Prime leaves, and she's standing there in the desert, then I guess, does she just run? I don't know. It left me confused at that point.
Well, and you bring up Quantum Leap. Yes, this does owe quite a bit. Kind of the elevator pitch is Quantum Leap in the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But yeah, there would definitely be that question of like, well, what would the original character do when they got back to their body, and how would they react to that? And I think there might have been a couple exceptions, like when he leaped into people a second time and stuff.
Yeah.
Where we kind of got a sense of what might have happened after.
Right. We did get that second.
He leaped out, or in this case, Tina Prime would transition out. But I think it's just meant to be left kind of up in the air, question mark, what would happen. I would assume, as the writer, and I made up the world so I can say this, that she would just be kind of confused, and then those soldiers who were coming after her would capture her, and she would be left with like a mess of questions. Although there is the aspect too that there's a little bit of character bleed in that a little bit of the original Tina kind of leaks into Tina Prime, and I would say probably a little bit of Tina Prime probably leaks back into
just enough. I actually found
so she might have some like residual memories or something.
I actually found it so much more clear this time reading through. Like I've read this a few times now, and out loud and to myself, and it was so much clearer this time. So much clearer having different voices and actually vocalizing it myself.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like you don't really have a lot of experience reading screenplays or teleplays.
No, not even close.
It's a hard thing to get a knack to like get your head around, because it's written to be visual, but it's not visual. It's just text on a page.
Right, but I mean, I could see the transition, the character bleed between the two Tinas way more this time. Like I think I glazed over it a bit just reading it, and when we sped through it the other day, I think this time I actually could sense it more. I could see what she was doing and where it, took her by surprise. So I think the Tina Stepford would have had just enough to not like fall over and just start screaming out of terror. So that like when the people came up to her, she wouldn't fall over and start screaming out of terror.
Yeah, and that's oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. The only reason I ask is because it was almost like a story point that Jack like sacrificed himself so that Tina could get away. His Tina could get away, because at that point that Tina bled into Prime or whatever was going on there. So it almost makes it feel a little hollow.
Well, I think.
Are you saying, Bobby, that you thought that he knew that was still fake Tina at the very end?
No, I don't think he knew that was still fake Tina at the very end. I'm not the writer. I mean, I'm just going by what I.
No, but I think where Jack was at that point, he was like, okay, I'm kind of screwed here. The best thing I can probably do is go and give myself up, and hopefully they'll let her go.
I think that's what it was. It brought them to a place of peace. She was able, by acting like his actual wife, it was able to get him to chill the heck out and be at peace with where their relationship was, so that he could do the right thing of turning himself in, which that was still a little weird, because weren't they sort of after the other Tina? Meh. But I think it would have done better for them in the end.
Yeah. As for being after the other Tina, I would assume, being the person who created the world, that they, as soon as they realized Jack was gone, they were out of there. They might have sent in like an ambulance to deal with Lana and Georgina and all that.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't stay there to talk. They were like, okay, we need to get Jack back.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing. So
Jack's back.
Jack's back. But Rebecca, what about you? Did you hear or see or feel anything differently about the story through the table read?
Well, the whole dinner party thing, I think, was a little clearer for me, hearing different voices. And I want to compliment Bobby. He did such a great job that I totally sympathized with Andre and his situation with, Jack and their friendship and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think I got as much out of that just reading it, but Bobby actually did a really good job of making that come through. So I think the whole dinner party thing made a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and definitely, Bobby. Major props to you. I thought that kind of disappointment in where their friendship had gone came across very, very clearly. I thought you did a really good job with that for sure.
It's been a long time since I've done anything like that. I used to do theater and whatnot, but.
I think most of us did.
I was about to say the internet, where theater geeks go to die.
Rebecca, have you ever done any theater? Or anything?
I was like in a one-act play, but I don't think I had any lines. I had a lot of friends who were in theater. I was usually that person who was like playing bassoon in the orchestra for the musical. Like, I always had aspirations to want to be an actor, but I just was no good at it. But so this was fun to actually try to do something like this.
Well, yeah, I thought you did a fine job with VICCI. Like I as it says in the script, even I kind of modeled it off of sort of like the prototypical modern comedian, sort of thing. And I know you're a real big fan of Tina Fey and SNL and all this stuff.
Give me Liz Lemon.
So as soon as you said you wanted to do it, I was like, she has to be VICCI, because I mean, she, if nothing else, she'll do a really good impression of those people, which is exactly what's needed in this role. Right. So
yeah.
I thought you did a really good job.
Well, I decided to go against like an accent or trying to do something. I was like, no, I'll just play it like myself, an over-exaggerated version of myself.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw or not, but you got some chuckles out of me, and that's really hard because I've read these lines like 6 billion times now.
Pretty much.
So
well, I found that myself that while people were reading and the way they would have inflections in their voice, I would get. I mean, I laughed while I was reading, but hearing it somehow it makes a difference.
Oh yeah, it's a performer's medium, and they like if you have good performers, all they can do is enhance it. So
that's true.
Yeah, I'm personally pleased as punch with the way it came out. Soup to nuts. I'm pleased as punch.
So Bill, what's your next step? I mean, is this read through something that you can save and show to whoever you want to present it to, or? I think you said in the very, very beginning that your idea was to shop around to streaming companies, Netflix, so on, so forth.
Yeah. Amazon actually already has it. They still have not responded yet because they have sort of like an open submission process. Cool. The read-through is going to be hosted up on infinitetina.com. Where all my contact info is. I'm going to, honestly, if people are listening to this in the podcast version, if you liked it, definitely feel free to share a link to infinitetina.com with anyone you can think of. Random B celebrity from X show. Or,
This is the one time when Bill is going to whore himself out.
Yeah, basically.
He normally hates when you tweet at people. Mm-hmm. Not this time. Just blast the internet.
Yeah, definitely feel free to share it with whoever. And like I said, I have it over at Amazon. I'm going to be putting it up on the Blacklist site, which is sort of a place for stuff like this to get found. So I'm going to be putting it up there too, and I'm going to be sending out query letters, this, that, and the other. It was written and aimed for a streaming platform, though obviously with the
language. Yeah,
with the language and stuff, I'm not exactly aiming at networks for this. Okay. But streaming platform or premium cable, like
HBO,
Showtime, AMC, something like that would allow a little bit of cursing. And obviously, if CBS wants it.
We'll make adjustments.
All the asses and F's and S's are gone for sure.
No, you can totally
There's
see.
gonna
You
be a
can
lot
just
of
pitch it. You can just be like, well, did you guys love Quantum Leap? Do you want an updated version of it?
Right.
You want it on Netflix original? There you go.
Well, and I
Exactly.
think, and I told him this because he started writing it as a book series. That's
Yeah,
right. I'm just going to throw that out there for you.
I have 2 books written, not completely edited yet,
But you have a Bible for like 3 seasons.
5 seasons.
Okay, a Bible for 5 seasons
Yeah, like
with ideas. You have the setup for a series.
mhm.
You also have it's a strong female lead character, which is,
Yeah.
well, I push that as much as humanly possible anymore. But, things are leaning a lot more towards giving that as an option.
Mhm.
Yeah, post Star Wars: The Force Awakens, strong female roles are in vogue now for sure.
Yes, and I think there's enough variety to it.
Mhm.
Let's just be honest, it's not a police show, a medical show, a Law and Order type
But
show.
it can be any 3 of those things.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Law and Order,
Well,
Infinite Tina.
Infinite Tina, SVU. No.
Black screen just says in transition, multiverse.
And as far as the cursing goes, like she could just like every world she goes to could have different curses that
Exactly.
not
Like
curse.
a
Like-
frack or a.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, there's on like the 100, which is on the CW. They say go float yourself.
Uh-huh.
Float is like because they used to live on a ship, and that's how they would kill people is they would float them. So I thought it was weird at first, but it works.
Yeah, and I think, too, this is a project that would be really good for an actress just because it's kind of like Orphan Black in the sense that there's one starring actress, but she gets to play so many different kinds of characters, all within the same character.
Right.
So I think it would really be like a good role for, just like a very good character actress who could kind of slip seamlessly between, like a Tina Stepford. Or I don't want to give too much away about the other episodes. Well, maybe I will in a second, but all sorts of different variety of characters are available there. I mean, the possibilities are infinite almost.
Infinite.
Well, that leads me to the question. So there's Tina, but would there be other reoccurring characters? Because it kind of sets itself up for like, here's Scott Bakula and 18 people on an episode of Quantum Leap. Besides VICCI.
There are reoccurring characters. Some of them are different versions of the characters, like within these alternate worlds. Like she runs into, I guess I can give it away.
No, don't give it away. Don't
well,
give it away.
I won't give it completely away, but she runs into a female version of her ex-boyfriend in one of them, and there's actually she would be introduced a few episodes down the line, but there's actually like sort of an arch villain who I'd probably just call Susan in the script in the show, but I in my head I call her singular Susan, and she only exists once in the multiverse, but she can travel around and do things not like Tina does, transition into different versions of herself, but just like she can
forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can move between different worlds and stuff. So I mean that would definitely be a reoccurring character.
But there's not many.
Yeah, and I mean there's VICCI and there's whatever's going on at home base. Would become more prominent as the series goes on. I'll say that.
I don't think I actually know that part. So.
Yeah, I want to know about Vicky's boss.
Uh-huh.
That was another thing that when I was reading it, I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I would like to see the reveal of who her boss is.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say, Bobby?
I said that I have theories.
You have
theories.
You know what? Hit me up with your theory. I won't tell you if you're right or not. Right
or night? What?
Right or not. Sorry, I did a lot of talking tonight.
That the
you're breaking up a little bit, Bob.
Not happening.
Try it again.
Made VICCI. So Tina made VICCI.
The Tina made VICCI.
Oh.
Another
Like
Tina.
future Tina?
No, not future Tina, just another Tina from another world.
Oh, yeah, that works.
I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I like
definitely. That's a good theory. I'm not going to say if it's right or wrong, but that's definitely a good theory. Do you guys have any other questions about the world or like theories about the world or anything? Because I kind of set this up to kind of present a lot of those in a lot of the, because I sent this out to like 20 or 22 people, something like that, to read as I was kind of revising it. And, you know, a lot of people were like, they were asking the right questions. And I was wondering if you guys had any theories or anything about what might be going on in the worlds of Infantino.
Well, I'm just curious, are you planning on having like a season-long arc, or is it just episode by episode?
It's definitely a season-long arc, basically, and you guys probably noticed there's a couple motifs at work throughout the story. There's a rainbow motif, which is pretty prominent, and basically the way I set up the series is each season is a color. Season 1 is red. And it basically spells out Roy G. Biv, you know, the rainbow spectrum. But each color is a season, and each color is representative of an emotion. And it's basically about kind of. And it's basically Tina kind of dealing with that emotion and then moving on. So every season there's also you know. I think JG, who voiced J.R.REILLY, the radio talk show host, and the cat, kind of laughed at the cat. But the cat is actually a big part of the season-long arc.
Oh, like, because the cat was orange. Does that play into anything?
The orange cat, the cat is actually orange because I wanted it to be like Garfield.
Oh, okay.
Be different colors, different seasons.
Yeah. But I'll just say that the cat in the meteor shower, that's all part of the season-long arc, for sure. Kind of like how I think it was the 4th season of Doctor Who, like all the worlds were disappearing.
Yes.
In every world Tina visits in this season, there's something going on with a meteor shower or a red cloud, and then in the last couple episodes of the season, you find out what's actually been going on the whole time. And there's space Vikings. So
you had the space, was it Space Pirates too?
No,
just the Space Vikings.
Just Space Vikings. Just Space
and
Vikings.
Didn't you tell me about Space Vikings like literally 2 weeks before like Doctor Who did Space Vikings?
Yeah.
It was literally like he's like, I've got this idea.
No, I had the entire thing written
that's right.
before they came out with Space Vikings, and I was worried that they were gonna like hit the things I was hitting in the Space Vikings 2-parter. But they didn't, thankfully. So we're safe. Space Vikings will come. But let's see. I could probably tease out a couple of the other story ideas I have for it. In this one, if you guys know our love of Disney, you might be expecting this, but it actually predates our love of Disney. There's a world where a Walt Disney-esque character's head is actually frozen and then reanimated on a robot body, and he genetically engineers real versions of all his famous cartoon characters. So that's one.
That's cool.
I'm trying to think. There's Space Vikings, obviously. There's the world where animals are people too.
Tell me that's a line in it.
That is.
Animals are people too.
That is, and actually that speaks a lot to directly what gets addressed in the story itself. I'm trying to think of any other kind of fun ones that I can say in just a sentence or two.
I'm on Facebook.
You're on Facebook?
Okay.
Let's see. There's a Biodome world where it's literally the plot of Biodome, but Infantino gets plugged into it.
That's an underrated movie. That's a good comedy.
Yeah. I like that one.
And then there's also.
I think that Baldwin brother could use the work.
Definitely. We would cast him for sure.
You got some budget I don't know about?
And then there's a world that is Tina's favorite cartoon show from when she was a kid, and she gets plopped down right in the center of it.
Is she animated?
Yeah, is that an animated episode?
It is not an animated episode. She actually is surprised that you know how in the 80s, like the animation was really cheap, and they'd have extras in the background, and you'd see 3 of the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. She sees 3 of the same guy standing in the crowd behind her, and she's like, "Wait a second, like, what's going on here?" Because it's obviously real life, but she sees 3 people who look exactly the same standing in the crowd behind her. But yeah, that one's pretty fun. I'd say more, but they give away a little much, I think. So.
What color did you say the first season was?
Red.
Like the clouds?
Yeah, like the clouds, for sure. And you don't see it very much in this episode, but I'll just say that Tina gets increasingly frustrated with the fact that VICCI is very withholding on information about home base, and so it eventually kind of represents her anger about that too, and about kind of not having any answers to why this is going on. So there's that too. In stuff, in things, in junk. Emery, what'd you think about voicing Tina?
That's the most acting I've done in a very long time. No, it was fun. It's fun. It's nice because it's a role that gets you to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Even while within itself. It is hard to do voiceover voice and regular voice.
Yeah, because I was thinking that there has to be some way to kind of...
what that was.
Yeah, that was me doing voiceover voice.
I figured if it was a little muffled, that it might at least audibly set it off a little bit, because I didn't want to, every time she was doing a voiceover, read voiceover, Yeah. So.
Yeah,
that's why I was saying about like audio cues or something.
Right.
Like some sort of just like soft background music along, to signify that it's going into that it's in voiceover.
Yeah, if I had a little bit more energy and a little more time, I would totally like edit together sort of a radio play version of this with sound effects and this, that, and the other, but that's not the medium I'm intending it for, so it feels like kind of a waste to put my energy into that when I could be putting it into
writing more episodes.
Writing more episodes, marketing the script, all that kind of stuff.
How many episodes have you already written?
There are, let's see here, 10.
Pretty much a first season?
The first 2 seasons, actually, because they're short seasons. Well, I don't have them written in script form. This is what I have written in script form. In book form, in prose form, I have the first 2 seasons written, Infantino Red and Infantino Orange. So 10 episodes.
British seasons.
Yeah, like British seasons, short seasons. But
series.
Yeah, series.
Yeah.
But they're each made up of 2 two-parters and then 1 one-parter. And this was the 1 one-parter from the first season. And actually, this might be interesting to note that originally this was the 3rd episode of Infantino. There was a 2-parter first, and then this was the 3rd episode. But when I decided to go ahead and write a pilot from it, I was like, you kind of have to have the origin story there in the beginning, and I thought I'd come up with a really neat way to get the origin story in there without it being an origin story episode where, Jack kind of extracts it from her mind and everything. So I decided to write this as the the first pilot episode, and I think when I go back and do the final edit on the book, if I do, I mean, if it gets picked up to series, I probably won't.
You won't have time.
Yeah, but if if I go back and do the rewrite, I'll rewrite this as the first episode of that too, because I felt like as I was moving on and I was writing episodes 4 and 5, I felt like this was kind of like a really nice into the world versus the other one, which is kind of like big epic blockbuster kind of thing. I thought this was one with TV. I thought it was a nice cheap way to get started on a very big grand concept that might end up taking quite a bit of budget because there's so many grand ideas in it. I thought this would be a nice. I mean, you have the cutaways to like Bird Earth and the Pirate World and this, that, and the other. But a lot of that can be shot on
that damn clown.
That damn clown.
Yeah.
But a lot of that can be sort of shot in front of a green screen, like 3 seconds, whatever, and it'll make good for, I don't know, like a commercial or something like that, without spending all the money on the Bird Earth episode. Right. So I actually. I don't know if you guys caught this inspiration, but I was actually inspired quite a bit by the what's the name of the episode? I can't remember now. The episode of Doctor Who where he's stuck in the travel vessel and there's the monster outside. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was from the 4th season. Hold on, let me look
I've
up.
never watched a full episode of Doctor Who.
Well, you're kicked out of this hangout now.
We're done with you.
Who series 4? Hold on,
Talking about the new season, so David Tennant then.
Yeah, it was David Tennant and Catherine Tate. I'll have it here in a second.
Which makes it all fabulous.
Midnight, the episode Midnight, where they're kind of just all stuck in this kind of closed room for most of the episode. And that's kind of what I tried to do in this episode was I just trapped all these different characters in the dining room at a dinner party for a majority of the episode to kind of outline the world, what it was like, give you the history of it, let you know what Tina's deal was kind of in it, and then break out and kind of have like the resolution of, the main plot, basically the conflict between Andre, Tina Stepford, and Jack. So it was inspired by Midnight, the Midnight episode of Doctor Who.
That's what I'm looking up now. I can't remember it.
So let's see here. We should probably go ahead and...
after 11.
Yeah, it is after 11. We should probably go ahead and wrap this up. Do you guys have any other questions, comments, anything else like that?
I actually do have one more question.
Okay.
Okay, so you said you're putting the table read up on infinitina.com?
Yeah, it's already up there. It should be, yeah.
And then, so what do you plan to do with that website, that portal, in the meantime, between now and when hopefully your script gets picked up?
Well, right now it's just a landing page for you guys to send people to, where they can. I'm probably going to put maybe the first 10 pages of the script up there. I'll put an MP3 of the table read, and there'll be a video of the table read there. There's also sort of a log line for the series and for the episode and my contact information. So for right now, it's a landing page to get this stuff I put out there to kind of market the script and get a hold of me if you're interested.
Okay.
Obviously, if within a few months or whatever it doesn't get picked up and I go and I finish doing the final edit on the book series and start releasing that, it will probably turn into sort of a portal for the book series like I have Dog Boy Adventures for the Dog Boy series. But right now it's a landing page for you guys to send people to check out Tina.
Would you want to do this for another episode to just kind of hear how your characters read?
I mean, I would definitely not be opposed to doing it. I thought it went really well. I feel like I'm hoping to get some feedback because we're going to release this on all of our podcast feeds and everything else. So I'm hoping to get some feedback. And if people seem into it, I would totally be down with doing scripting another episode to do as a table read because I thought it went really well. I think it'll hang together pretty well as sort of just like its own thing too. I'd hope so anyway. So yeah, provided it hangs together like that, and we don't have anyone writing in being like, man, I didn't understand anything what was going on. I think I'd totally be down to do that for sure. And if not, and we were starting to do this a little bit with Universe Box, but I wouldn't be opposed to doing just different scripts too in this format because I thought it worked really well. Little one-act things or little short pieces that we could maybe string together and put out there. Because I mean, the Universe Box listeners to all of our podcasts we refer to as storytellers, so it makes a good bit of sense to start telling stories. Yeah. So yeah, I'd be totally down for that.
Be great.
Anything else?
No, you actually answered both the questions I was going to ask just now.
Perfect.
No, what's great about it too, Bill, is heaven forbid this doesn't take off and make you millions of dollars. What's great is 20 years down the line, you could be like, I still have a record of presenting my story. I have it. I mean, my blog, all it is a story that I wrote and rewrote only because I kept on having computers that it would delete off of. And so I was like, forget this. I've written it 3 times. It's 4 chapters long. I'm just going to put it on a cloud. And somebody's like, you can promote that blog or you could share it with people. I was like, well, that's not what it's for, but they can read it. It's for me. And so then I started posting them every couple of months. And then if nothing ever happens to that story, at least I can go back years down the road to my family or friends and say, you should check this thing out. So
yeah,
it's great.
Definitely. And if Infinite Tina never does anything but live as this table read, I mean, I'll consider that a success. I mean, I prefer the millions of dollars, obviously. The millions of dollars and the acclaim and the gig to write the next Superman film and all that stuff.
Oh, for the love.
But I'll take the table read too. I think it turned out pretty darn well, for sure. All right, but we're gonna let you guys go. I think everyone has all your contact information from the initial table read and everything. But if you want to send people to it, infinitetina.com, or you can email me, bill@universebox.com, or at Bill Meeks. I want to thank again the full cast, several of whom couldn't make it back here for the discussion, but I'm glad to have the folks who did. Anne Marie, thank you for. I will say too that Anne Marie kind of broke this story with me. Like we sat down one afternoon and kind of broke out all the different kinds of worlds, kind of Tina's backstory a little bit, and some of it was inspired by your life. Little bits and pieces.
That's terrifying.
I won't say which, but some of it was inspired by your life, and you kind of helped me break out what worlds I should. What was that?
So were you a clown?
No, not the clown, not the clown. And she helped me break out a lot of the worlds and stuff. I think it's something like 30 worlds that we planned out for the season or series rather. So thank you very much, Anne Marie, and thank you for voicing Tina.
No problem.
Definitely appreciate it. All credit where credit is due. But, as always, you can check out all of the podcast and other stuff we do at universebox.com. Mm-hmm. And until next time, remember to think outside.
I didn't have any idea where we're closing.
That's fine.
Okay.
Bye.